Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you all the guitar theory you need to know to play any type of rock music from blues to punk to grunge in just 7 minutes. But before we begin, remember to like and subscribe, that way you get notified when I post new videos. I post new content like this several times a week. And if you find this video helpful, check out my beginner guitar course on my website, scottobryanguitar.com. It's a 10 video series that takes you from scratch, like never having touched a guitar before, all the way up to rock and roll proficiency. There's over 3.5 hours of content for just $50. And the videos are super easy to follow and there's fun songs to play along with. So with all that stuff out of the way, here we go. Alright, so if you're going to understand guitar theory, the first thing you need to be able to do is understand the notation so you can follow along with the information. So if we look at the guitar neck as a grid, where the 6 strings are horizontal grid lines and each fret is a vertical grid line, then we can see on this chart, dots indicate where to put your fingers to play certain notes, chords, and scales. And in most cases, the numbers inside the dots indicate which finger to use. So in this example, if we're making an A major chord, we're going to use our index finger, our first finger, to bridge across the 5th fret. We're going to use our middle finger or second finger to play at the 6th fret of the 3rd string, ring finger at the 7th fret of the 5th string, and pinky finger at the 7th fret of the 4th string. So now that you know the notation that we're using, we can talk about the notes of the fretboard. So in standard musical notation, there are 12 notes: A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. So you'll notice that the transition from B to C, there's no B sharp, and the transition from E to F, there's no E sharp. And these 12 notes are reflected on the frets of the fretboard, with the note at the 12th fret being the same as the note open. So if we take the low E string, for example, we have E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, and then E again, it starts over on the 12th fret. And the same pattern continues on the next string, the A string. So knowing how the letter system works on the fretboard, we can now find the note of any position on the fretboard, either by counting or by memorization. So the next building block of guitar theory are scales. And the most important one to know is the major scale. This is the scale which everything else is built upon. And so the major scale is comprised of 7 notes, with the number 1 note being called the root note and also the name of the scale. So if we take the A major scale, the root note is the A at the 5th fret of the low E. Or we can start our scale on any other A up and down the fretboard. And every guitar scale has a different pattern that it follows. So for the major scale, the pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And that gives you the interval between each note. So every 2 frets is a whole step. Every 1 fret is a half step. So if we look at the A major scale, so if we play the scale going up the neck, we've got A, then we've got a whole step interval to the B, then a whole step interval to the C sharp, then a half step interval to the D, then a whole step interval to the E, a whole step interval to the F sharp, a whole step interval to the G sharp, and then we're a half step interval back to the A, where we start over. And we can play that scale up the neck like I just did, or we can play it across the neck. And so the 7-note major scale is a very important scale. It's kind of the building block of all theory, including chords, which I'll discuss next. But there's also another very important scale for rock and roll, and that's the minor pentatonic scale. And so the minor pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. The intervals are a little different. It goes minor third, whole, whole, minor third, whole. And all you have to know about the minor third is it's a 3-note interval instead of whole, which is 2, or half, which is 1. So if we start with A, we go minor third or 3-fret interval to the C, then a whole interval to the D, a whole interval to the E, and then we go minor third interval to the G, and then a whole interval back to the A. Or if we want to play it across. And so the minor pentatonic scale is very important in rock music because it's the basis for a lot of scales and riffs. So now that we know the major scale, we can start building chords. And so if we want to build a major chord, the formula for a major chord is 1, 3, and 5. So that means that we are going to make a combination of the first note of the major scale, the 3rd note of the major scale, and the 5th note of the major scale. So if we go back to our A major scale, we have the root note, which is A, that's the 1. Our 3rd note was the C sharp. And our 5th note was the E. So we need an A, a C sharp, and an E. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to have your A at the 7th fret of the D string, your C sharp at the 6th fret of the G string, and your E at the 5th fret of the B string. So these 3 notes combined are making a triad, which is also an A chord. So if we incorporate those notes and then add the bar, you get the A major bar chord that most people are accustomed to seeing. And this A major bar chord is just taking the triad and just adding duplicate notes across the fretboard to add some depth. And the formula for the minor chord is 1, flatted third, and 5. So if we take our triad from before, and we just flat the third, this 6th fret of the G string, we're gonna flat it, so that means just move it down 1 fret to the 5th fret. We get the A minor triad. And minor chords have a very kind of ominous type tone. They're different from major chords, which kind of sound happy. And then we can bar it again by adding duplicate notes and get the minor bar chord that you may be familiar with. And then the next chord that you need to know for rock music is the power chord. And the formula for the power chord is just 1, 5. It's the 1st and the 5th note. So if we take our A scale again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have a 1 and 5. That gives us our 2-note power chord. And the cool thing about power chords is that they are neither major or minor. So if you get into songwriting theory, which I'm not covering in this video, chord progressions in a major scale include major and some minor chords. But the cool thing about power chords is that they're neither major or minor, so they can fit in any of those slots, making them very versatile to use in songs with a major key or a minor key. Alright, so now that we know about scale and chord theory, the last thing we really need to know to be proficient in rock music is to how to figure out the key of the song. And this is important because if you know this key of the song, you can figure out which scale to use to play leads or fills over it. So how do we figure out the song key? Well, 95% of the time the song key is the first chord that's played. So if we have a chord progression that starts in A, most likely the A minor pentatonic or the A major pentatonic are going to fit nicely over it. And so if that works, you can pick between those two scales to decide which one you want to use to solo over it based on how it sounds to you. Neither one would be out of key, but one of them will definitely sound better. But if you find out that it's not the first chord, it's usually one of the other chords. So in the previous example, we have an A chord, a D chord, and an E chord. So it's possible that the key could be in D, or it could be an E. So we might try the D minor pentatonic or the E minor pentatonic or the D major or the E major over that entire chord progression and see if one of them fits. And lastly, if that doesn't work, we can take all the chords that are in the song. For example, in this one, it's A, D, and E. And we can see if those notes fit within any scale. So as we learned before, the A, the D, and the E all fit within the A major scale. So this song is in A major, and the A major scale should fit nicely over it. Alright, so that's it for this video. You now know all the theory you need to know to play any type of rock music. And if you found this video helpful, check out my beginner guitar series on my website, scottobryanguitar.com. It's a great value taking you from scratch all the way up to rock and roll proficiency, more in depth than this lesson obviously could be. And I'll see you guys next time.